Microeconomics by Trey Williams. What is microeconomics? Study of production. A business firm buys economic resources, which are inputs, and sells the goods it produces, which are outputs. To produce a good or a service, a firm needs economic resources or factors of production. In economics, the factors of production used by a firm in the production of a good or service are generally referred to as inputs. Transfer of wealth. Redistribution of income and redistribution of wealth are respectively the transfer of income and of wealth, including physical property, from some individuals to others by means of a social mechanism such as taxation, charity, welfare, public services, land reform, monetary policies, confiscation, divorce, or even tort law. Consumption. Consumption in economics is the use of goods and services by households. Consumption is distinct from consumption expenditure, which is the purchases of goods and services by different households. The study of consumption behavior plays a central role in both macroeconomics and microeconomics. Economic terms used. Demand. The definition of demand is that as the price of a good or service increases, consumer demand for the good or service will decrease. That is basically saying that as the price increases, the want for the product goes down. Now, this isn't always the case. There are rare occasions where the price of a product will rise and the demand won't be affected. Without demand, there is no product. That is why we find it to be one of the most important terms. Think about it. Without consumers, there is no demand or want for anything. And with no want, there is no product. No product means no need to make anything for money. No money means no economics, because economics is basically about how to better control money. A demand curve is a graph that shows how high or low the demand is for a product, how much we want or would spend for a good or service. It kind of looks like a slope-intercept graph. The demand curve is usually a downward sloping line, but this may not always be the case. Consumer surplus. Consumer surplus, by definition, is the difference between the total amount that consumers are willing and able to pay for a good or service and the total amount that they would actually pay. Elasticity of demand. Elasticity in economics is a measure of the relationship between a change in the quantity demanded for a good or service and a change in its price. The way to measure this is percent change in quantity demand divided by percent change in price. The way to find consumer surplus is by finding the area under the demand curve and between the market price. The reason we are explaining elasticity is because something has perfect elasticity, then that will automatically tell the producer that their consumer surplus is zero. On the contrary, when there is a perfect inelasticity, then the consumer surplus is infinite. The higher the consumer surplus, the better, because that means that the price of a good or service that a consumer is willing to pay can be increased. This allows companies to jack up the prices just a little more to make more money. McDonald's global effect on economy. Job opportunities. McDonald's is the company that I wanted to focus on to help show the real world value of demand in economics. McDonald's has several locations in Orangeburg, South Carolina, but the one that is getting majority of the focus is the one on John C. Calhoun Drive. This McDonald's is located less than 5 minutes away from Claflin University and South Carolina State University. I like to believe that McDonald's was using their brains when they decided to build their restaurants in that vicinity. What do college students complain about the most? Being broke. One thing McDonald's is known for is cheap, good tasting food. Now granted, everybody isn't a McDonald's fan, but you can't deny that McDonald's does a great job of giving you your bang for your buck. Not only that, but they have diversified themselves well, not just by ethnicity, but by appealing to both the wealthy and the poor communities. McDonald's has food for dollar menu. Also, when you want to spend a little extra money to get a signature sandwich or something on their menu with more variety. McDonald's also accepts food stamps. They don't accept food stamps from everyone, but they only accept them from the elderly and the homeless. McDonald's accepting food stamps is a great way to boost our economy, especially in poor locations where food stamps is a great need for hurting families. Now to the global aspect. McDonald's does a great job in incorporating global marketing strategies by taking advantage of the cultural differences each country has. Incorporating these cultural differences tastefully into their marketing strategies and menus. McDonald's has over 500 locations in different parts of the world. It opened up millions of job opportunities in third world countries. The company expanded its Archway to Opportunity program, which now provides tuition assistance to more than 5,000 eligible employees in both company operated and franchise restaurants. With a product that's served in over 117 countries, feeding millions of customers every day, McDonald's branding success is undeniable. The key to McDonald's branding and marketing success is segmentation and experimentation.